You haven't seen these glasses in a while. I know, I know. I've missed them too. I know it's nice to see you too. You look good. Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten to the barber yet, so it's a bit of a mess up here, but enough. Enough with the chit chatter. Let's get on with what you wanted to hear about. What you clicked on this video for. So quickly. Your schedule should be a macro and micro. Macro are the times in which you say when you're going to work or study or learn or have the sex or whatever. Micro are the things you're going to do within the time block of work or sexy stuff. Like step 1 is thrust. Step 2 is retreat. Step 3 is thrust but with more vigor. So macro would be, I don't know, from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. I will work. Micro would be when this block of work starts, the first thing to do is write chapter 9 of my book. Then once I've done that, I need to edit chapter 6 and 8, for I utter rather blasphemous information about the queen because she's a whore. But another example would be everything, well, first and foremost, everything relates back to the gym. Get that in your brain. So in the gym, we always see these people walking around with their fancy programs. They're like, oh, and the program is essentially the micro step that they have to do within the 2-hour window of their workout, which is the macro. So from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m., which is the macro again, I work out, and within this time I do squats, then RDLs, then quad extensions, then phallus extensions and stretches, and blah blah blah, and you get the point. So that's essentially it. You can leave now or stay and listen to how I came to this conclusion and waste some time with me. So, you decided to stay. Thank you very much. I need a friend. If you're anything like me, you may have had problems with your schedule. You have lofty goals on how and when you want to wake up, when you want to work, and when to work out and eat and do all these fucking things, all these fancy schmeck. Essentially, you may have tried to build a militaristic schedule where you have everything planned out and it's all well and good, but you never actually make use of your fucking perfect schedule. Why? Why do I spend 30 minutes crafting the perfect day, but I never end up using it, Batman? I can't be a good joker, man. I can't do that. Well, after pondering this for so many days, I realized I don't need one. I don't need it. I don't need a meticulous day when I have so many different things to do in the day. I always have 2 things I want to do in the day. These fucking things are, I want to work on my videos and I want to work out. Those are the 2 things I want to do. You may have different things. You might want to draw, become a good artist, and maybe learn how to play music. I don't know. Or go to school. It's something different. So I want to work on the videos because I want them to be good. And I also want to work out so as to train my frail muscles because I have not very big. Yes, food and showering and reading and gardening and kickboxing and chatting with the fucking queen and all those things are nice, but after all, they are just distractions to your goal. I'm not telling you not to eat, of course, but there are certain things that just fall into place after you placed everything else in your schedule. So essentially, just fucking cut the crap. There should be no fat at the start. Maximize the amount of time in which you want to spend doing both things, essentially you want to keep it small. You don't want to fucking overstretch yourself and do 7 things because you won't do them well. You'll do them haphazardly. So I like doing just 2 things at once because you do them well, while obviously keeping those essentials, like the bare essentials like food, sleep, and showers, in the schedule. Well, you do that on your own time because right now we're running on my time, brother. So let's say you've cleared your calendar and have like 2 to 4 hours free to do your work. The problem is that work is such a big thing that we don't define. Therefore, we see it as this huge fucking monster that you don't want to approach. Or we see this 2 to 4 hour block of time that we have to work on and we immediately think, fuck, I'm going to have to focus for 4 hours straight. Fuck this. You get scared and you feel like you can't work for that long or you can't focus for that much fucking time, so you pull out TikTok and start distracting yourself and you never end up working. Sag. It's kind of the same with studying. When you say, oh, I'll go back home and study for 3 hours. You get home and you don't know what to do because you haven't defined what you need to study. So to avoid this little conundrum, I have a to-do list. Yes, I know. It's the oldest, most well-known trick in the book, but it fucking works. So I see it as a reminder, or how the French may say it, An entree. I see it as a sort of entree to get me going, because I see the 4 hour block and I can't think about how the fuck I'd be able to fill those 4 hours with just writing or just recording videos. I don't see how. So instead, I prefer to just put on my to-do list, finish the script for Shortcuts from Failure. Then once I'm done, I have like 3 hours and 40 minutes left. Then I see on the list, edit the script for Consume Different Content. So I do that. And the list keeps going. But essentially, I have 4 hours of work, and within this 4 hours, I just do what I wrote in my to do list. How you want to structure that is up to you, of course, but how I do it is just the first thing is the most important, then it goes down to least important. And for me, the last thing is essentially what requires the least amount of effort from my part, like editing the videos, and that's it. So I see it as a macro and micro thing. The macro is you defining when you're going to be working on whatever it is you want to do. I work in the morning from 7:30 till 11 or 12 if the dogs are not fucking annoying me. So that's the macro. The only thing I have to do between 7:30 and 12 is work. But in the macro, you have the fucking micro. Because in the macro, you don't really define what you're going to be doing. That's what you do here. You define, okay, in the micro, I'm going to be doing this. And that's defined by the to-do list. In the to-do list, you write chapter X for my book, or record the audio for the video, or record the video itself. But as you get further and further down the list, you realize that I've accomplished quite a lot. Much more than normally, at least. However, I must say that you don't need a dedicated time slot to work. If you're on a holiday in North Korea, then the morning might be a bit complicated. You might be going and visiting places with the fucking dictator there, and you're having a fun time smoking cigarettes, watching nukes go out. So maybe you end up realizing, fuck, I can't work in the morning. So you get home in the evening and you're like, oh, I have like some 2 hours free, so just work right there and then. You don't need to fucking work every day from 7 till 11. But most of the time, we're not on holiday. So it should be relatively consistent and easy to predict how you're going to be working and when you're going to be working, all of these fucking little things. Oh, I only work at night. That's when I'm most productive. Bullshit. I used to think that as well. Until I realized that I wasted the entire fucking day to work from just 9 p.m. till 12 p.m. I did nothing the entire fucking day, and so I never fucking did anything. Because you don't work. There's a fucking ant on my camera. And even the work that I ended up doing from 9 till 12 wasn't even that good. I ended up producing a bunch of shitty stuff that I never ended up uploading because I wasn't happy with the quality. And my standard of quality is not that good, so look at the fucking hair, bro. Come on. No, you likely like to work at night because that is when nobody can see you or judge you. Or because that is when your friends are asleep and not sending you fucking stupid memes that you have to answer to. So I'm sure that if you had a block of time in the middle of the fucking day, but you left your phone outside of the room, couldn't get distracted, and felt like nobody could see you, I believe you would be able to produce much more work than you're currently doing. So stop it with the self-limiting beliefs of I'm only creative at 11 p.m. Maybe you are. Yeah, inspiration does strike kind of late for me as well. But I've managed to shift the times, you know? But you shouldn't limit your work to only being able to do it at 11 p.m. because you won't get far just being able to work only at night. And with that, I take my leave. Thanks for watching, and good night. Oh, that was good.